Abbas, Haider, and Robert Davis, both graduates of the University of Mary Washington, class of 2012, parlayed their business administration degrees into real-world entrepreneurship. They are founding partners of Aspetto, a Fredericksburg-based business that has developed a global reputation as the go-to company for bulletproof clothing. And as an aside, I should probably pull out my Mary Washington tie here, which I bought from Aspetto. Notice that it's a skinny tie, so don't get any ideas, and it's not bulletproof. Haider, the company's president and chief executive officer, and Davis, Aspetto's chief operations officer, met in a UMW classroom when they both took a course on international business strategy. Their assignment, invent a product that would be viable in foreign markets. The duo of fashion aficionados and budding entrepreneurs had already bonded over their desire to create custom-made men's suits. Haider had launched the enterprise 3 years earlier, calling it Aspetto, Italian for appearance. How to enhance the appeal of Aspetto to an overseas market? Add ballistics. The business took off, and this class project evolved into ready-made post-graduation jobs for Haider and Davis. Last year, the Aspetto partners rose to the top of more than 15,000 nominees from across the country to make the prestigious Forbes magazine 30 Under 30 list of successful young business leaders. The life-saving apparel line has generated millions of dollars in revenue, serving the U.S. Armed Forces, government contractors, NFL players, reality TV stars, and other high-profile clients. It has been featured in such publications as Esquire, Newsweek, and The Independent UK. Haider, who grew up in Chantilly, Virginia, started an import-export business during high school and was co-founder of UMW's Entrepreneur Club. Davis, who played varsity soccer at UMW, is from Orange County, Virginia. Both have been named to UMW's College of Business Advisory Board. Robert, Abbas, welcome back to UMW. Please, welcome them to the stage. Thank you.
Wow, what a day. We want to thank you all for having us back here on lovely Ball Circle, sweating profusely in a black robe that absorbs sunlight and has zero moisture-wicking characteristics.
Ours is rental too.
I mean, come on, it's May. It's likely to be hot with a slight chance of heat exhaustion.
You're right, it is hot. But check this out. I'm not surprised that Mary Washington is awarded the best bang for the buck. Look at this. The graduates are getting a 2-for-1 deal here, just like Joseph Banks.
Let's just hope the quality is a little bit better. So President Pano, UMW Board of Visitors, faculty, staff, family, and friends, the folks sitting here before us are our future leaders. They are the ones who will not only make this university and their families proud, but more importantly, themselves proud. Today, we celebrate that achievement. Thank you for allowing us this honor, as it is both a blessing and a privilege.
So in case you guys weren't paying attention earlier, my name is Robert Davis. I'm just kidding, I'm Abbas Haider. And I graduated in 2012 along here with my colleague, Robert Davis. We were both business majors and had our classes in Chandler Hall. RIP. Now, there's a building there called the University Center.
Last night when we were writing the speech, yes, we still procrastinate. We came up with a few bullet points for what we should talk about, what we learned, and our experiences after graduating from Mary Wash. We wanted to help the graduates prepare for life ahead. Then we figured, why spoil the surprise? Let them learn their own lessons, as each of your paths will be different.
No, this is not a photo.
Technical difficulties, please.
This is the last page, just so you know.
Oh yeah, it is.
So, there you go. Mary Wash, who organized this?
I'm looking at you.
So, we watched so many graduation speeches on YouTube, we were afraid that subconsciously we were gonna end up plagiarizing. So we made sure that we didn't watch any speeches from Michelle Obama or Melania Trump.
That's a good point, but I think it's kind of the same thing.
You get what I'm saying. So, just 6 years ago, Rob and I were sitting where you guys are sitting today, and we had the same thoughts going through our minds. We thought of how unfair it was that the faculty and staff, AKA the 1%, gets to sit under a tent in a shade.
Enjoy it.
While us, the 99%, are burning up under these robes.
There were multiple group chats going on, Snapchats being sent, and rallying of the troops to figure out who was going to Brock's tonight for dollar beers.
We'll be there.
Without a care in the world, we had made it.
So I started Aspetto back in freshman year out of my dorm room in Mason over there. It started as a simple menswear line. I used to work at the Men's Warehouse full-time, trying to finance my business. I would drive back and forth from New York City, trying to sell suits out of the trunk of my car. Yes, it was extremely shady.
And I too thought you were shady when I met you in Dr. DeGraff's class.
That's where the bromance started, Rob.
Whoa, your words, not mine. Abbas and I didn't know each other until we took our international marketing class together. We bonded over a group project, which was to make a product and sell it overseas. It was there that we not only aced the project, but we created our first bullet-resistant suit prototype, which actually is still in our store downtown Fredericksburg today.
So now, Rob and I had a choice to make. We either go to law school or take a massive risk and start a bullet-resistant clothing company, something that had never been done before in America. We decided to go with the latter. Now, I'm sure things weren't as dramatic in Rob's house when he told his parents that he wasn't going to law school, but if you guys can imagine the extreme reaction from brown parents when their kid tells them that he's not going to law school after they'd already put down the deposit.
That was probably the biggest risk that we
was.
took to this day. At least for Abbas. We immediately went from a comfortable ramen noodle budget to a lifestyle of making less than $500 a month, working no less than 6 days a week. And for those of you trying to calculate our hourly rate, yes, it was well below minimum wage. But at that age, it's the perfect time to take risk. No one is expecting you to graduate and have immediate success. Take advantage of this opportunity and do the things that you love and are passionate about, because the steps you take today will shape your future tomorrow.
So if you want to start a business, take that first step today. I promise you, the second step is going to be easier. The third might be a little bit harder, but look back. You've already made progress. So don't stop now, because responsibilities are only going to grow. Hey, I see you yawning. I'm sorry. Pressure will only increase over time. So do it now, and don't settle, because it's the perfect time to struggle.
So the Monday after graduating from UMW, we continued our journey. Each day, we were learning more and more about the armor industry. Here, two young civilians with no military background were about to take on an industry full of our military heroes. We made a lot of mistakes, but we learned from them. For example, Abbas learned how not to handle a loaded firearm. And to give you an idea of what happened, the entire office ducked.
Wow, Rob, you really did not need to bring that up. Okay, how about the time when you brought live ammunition and a hunting knife to a highly secured federal building? The security dogs were going crazy.
Honestly, I did not think they were going to check my truck, so.
I have a beard, Rob. How are we still alive?
But we did not see our inexperience as a crutch, but merely an opportunity to seize. We immediately submerged and surrounded ourselves with both service men and women who guided our start, but it was up to us to take hold and navigate.
The business tested us both mentally and financially. Our freshly printed degrees did not guarantee our success. We saw this at our first trade show in Atlantic City. We drove up the morning of the show, checked into a rundown motel, they had free breakfast, and walked through the doors of our first major exposure to the armor industry.
Merely hours into the show, we knew passing out paper trifold flyers wasn't going to grab the attention of hundreds of law enforcement agencies. So we quickly changed the plan and started walking the show floor, engaging the attendees. We then got our first lead, Passaic County Detective Unit. That lead turned into a meeting, and just 2 weeks later, we were headed back north to New Jersey. Picture this, 2 young guys driving hundreds of miles to sell a multi-$1,000 product to a law enforcement agency. Unbeknownst to us, this is not how selling to the government works. When we rolled up and walked into the station to meet with the detective, another detective started laughing and said, "Passaic roll like that?" Yes, he actually said that. We knew we had been duped when he explained, still laughing, that they could not afford bullet-resistant suits.
God, I still hate that guy. That was a learning curve, to say the least. On the ride home, we realized that ballistic suits weren't for everyone. We needed to make a change and be flexible with our business model. We had to add other concealable and tactical gear to our catalog. We were entering a market that was extremely saturated with competition, but we took that opportunity to make ourselves more efficient and innovative. And since then, that's where we've had the most stable success.
So why do we mention this? Here we are celebrating one of your greatest achievements to date. In just a few moments, you will walk across this stage to accept your degree, which is a staple to your hard work and success. When you walk off this stage and we dismiss, go out, enjoy your time with family and friends. Laugh, cry, share stories of your experience here, and be sure to remember this day. But realize this, your work doesn't end here.
Some of you may be continuing your education. Some of you may already be employed. Some of you may not be and are still searching. Any of those are okay choices. The steps you take today will only show you the path ahead more clearly. And maybe once you see that, you'll realize that that's not the path you want to take. You want to take a different path. You'll be doing that a lot after college, and that's how it's supposed to be. It's not a sign of failure, rather a proof that you're growing and learning. So as long as you keep taking steps forward, you will always be ahead of where you started from.
So graduates of 2018, you had a great experience at a great school. It's your turn to continue that greatness. Take risk and seize the opportunities ahead of you, and learn as much as you can along the way. Congratulations, and we wish you great success.